Hey Internet, today I would like to address a documentary that I spent 40 minutes of my life watching earlier this week. I hesitate to call Evolution vs. God a documentary because that implies that at least a degree of factual journalism has actually been done. The person responsible for this groundbreaking revelation that evolution has no scientific basis is Ray Comfort, who, in my personal opinion, doesn't seem like a particularly pleasant guy. If that isn't clear to you after 38 minutes of him rudely harassing people who have agreed to do interviews with him, then why don't you check out some of his blog posts? My personal favourite is the one in which he directly compares pro-choice women to Hitler. But back to the actual video itself. It begins with a quote from Richard Dawkins. Always a bad sign. I know he's the first person that people usually associate with atheism, but he doesn't seem like a particularly pleasant guy either, and he certainly does not speak for all atheists. The main body of the video consists of Mr. Comfort interviewing people on the UCLA campus, mostly students, and asking them to give him observable evidence of evolution. Apparently, making reference to things that happened millions of years ago doesn't count because we weren't there to witness it. Also, for reasons I'm not quite clear on, fossil records don't count either. He then goes on to demand proof of a change of kinds. I'm still not entirely sure what that means, but based on what was said, I think he was looking for examples of, like, cats turning into people and fish turning into birds and whatnot. At this point it began to dawn on me that Ray Comfort doesn't actually understand how evolution works, especially since he kept insisting that speciation and adaptation didn't count. His next groundbreaking point was that there are very few famous atheists. I don't know how this relates either. Basically, he just takes a bunch of well-known people who are supposedly atheists and proves that they're not. I don't think it matters either way when it comes to validating evolution, but just because Abraham Lincoln mentioned God in a speech once does not mean that that's actually what he believed. This country struggles enough with the mere idea that Obama isn't a Christian. How would they have responded in the 1800s, do you think? Anyway, he concludes from a list of about 7 or 8 people that Hemingway is the only atheist among them. The narrator then snidely remarks, "There's your poster boy," thus reducing Hemingway's contributions to literature to the fact that he killed himself, as well as trivialising his mental illness. The rest of the video basically descends into lectures about spirituality and how Jesus died on the cross for your sins, but in the end it doesn't actually do anything to disprove evolution, which has centuries of scientific work backing it up. There's a link below if you really want to waste your time with evolution versus God, but personally I would not recommend it.